Hello and welcome to the Irish tour of Cincinnati. So currently we are downtown, and as you can see here, this is the Miami and Erie Canal. Now along that way is where the Miami and Erie Canal was built, and it runs all along through Cincinnati, and we now use it to run our sewage pipes and all sorts of other things along. Many Irish people came to Cincinnati and immigrated here since it's such a great city, and there was a lot of work open. And these people found cheap paying jobs building the pipeways, I guess, the canal. So this is one of our destinations here and around Cincinnati, and now we're going to be off to our next one. Alright, so through here is a predominantly Irish neighborhood in Covington. A lot of them would move down here and live in these houses. Now it's a little bit shady of an area, but it's still beautiful. The architecture is still great.
That house that right there was the Blaney house right there.
Which one?
Right there.
So this house was the Blaney house where my ancestors, I guess you could say, relatives used to live back then. And when my Irish heritage comes from the side called the Blaneys, and they moved here from Ireland. When they moved to Covington, they lived in that house that you just saw, and they lived up on the top floor, and they ran the drugstore beneath. Alright, we're down here on River Road to see this church. This church is one of the first Irish congregation churches that was in Cincinnati. As you can see, it has some pretty nice architecture to it. And this part of River Road, I've been told by my father, is pretty much dominated by Irish. When many of the Irish people moved here and came here, they mainly just stuck around here, and this part's pretty much their own. So as you can see, this place was constructed in 1929, and inside the name of the parish is the St. Patrick's, I think. But the name of the church now is called St. Vincent de Paul. And yeah, so beautiful piece of architecture, and it's a lot of historical significance all in one place. It's amazing that it just was one of the very first places that the Catholic Irish made here. And they sadly aren't open. I wish they were. I may come back another day and try and get in. And I presume that is another house that the priest would live in. Spotted this. As we walk on up on the side of the church, I see a flag up on the door up there. The question is, what is on the door? Let's see. So, the Ancient Order of Hibernian, St. Patrick Division number 1. So, as you can see, this definitely has Irish significance and has a pretty large historical background. Hopefully, I can do some exploration when I get home. But my best guess is that this has a lot of Irish people coming here, a lot. Just look at that. Let's get a closer look. Nice, good screenshot on it. Yeah. Irish flag and all those colors. Very nice. Right, so currently we are at St. Joseph Cemetery on the west side, over in East Price Hill, I believe. As you can see, this gravestone says Kelly. I'd get in and walk around, but sadly it appears this part of the cemetery is no longer accessible. This type of cemetery, the St. Joseph Cemetery, is split up into two parts actually. On the other side, in that direction, they're separated by the street. On the other side is the German side, where you see all sorts of wonderful German names like Hotz and all sorts of good things. But over here you can see they're predominantly Irish names. Out there you can kind of make out the words "Oh hologram," I guess. As you can tell, this definitely is an Irish cemetery. The sad part is that it's not really taken care of anymore. You see there are fallen trees and all sorts of things. But this is the culture of Cincinnati. There are plenty of great Irish people buried in this cemetery. This is the rail yards, a beautiful picture of the rail yards, which was mainly created by Irish immigrants when they came here and flocked in the migration. And you can see the back of Union Terminal, the museum, which is, as you all may know, the place where most of the rail lines came through and people got on to get to go places. It's a beautiful piece of history. This is a great overlook that I found with my dad. Thankfully, he has many years on the service, which have helped him find this. And if you look down there, you can see the trains going by. But it's amazing that the Irish who came here did all of these things, and how they were such a diverse people and adapted to survive in this new world. So this concludes our journey through Cincinnati, and I hope you all have learned a little something. So the perfect way to end a journey around Cincinnati to find our Irish heritage is to end it eating traditional Irish food. This is Bangers and Mash. We're at a local pub here in Rookwood. This has traditional Irish food and English food, and it's honestly really great. So this ends our journey.